Well, I got back my first CBCS Universal submission and new comic book day, April 10th, 2024. Check it out. Hey, thanks for checking out my comics closet. I'm Lynn. I've got a box of graded books I got back from CBCS here yesterday. I dropped them off at Fantasticon to get them graded, just universal grades. I didn't have anything signed or anything. One of them I've been talking about that I was going to get graded at CBCS. I corrected out of a CGC slab and hoping for the CPR. And also I'm going to show the books that I got from New Comic Book Day, April 10th, 2024, last Wednesday. This is Friday, April 12th, and I'm going to show the books here that I picked up from Comics Corner, which is my local comic shop, LCS as they say. And there are two locations, one in Fraser, Michigan. I go to the one in Rochester Hills, Michigan. So I'm hoping to go to a show tomorrow, which is the Dawn of the Collectors show. It's going to be the 13th of April. It's at the VFW Hall in St. Clair Shores, the Bruce Post. So I'm going to head there tomorrow and see if I can pick up a few books. But also I'm going to get hold of Aaron before I go at AMP Comic Cleaning and Pressing. I've got some books I want to take in, some Spider-Man books I'm going to take in. I'm going to get those out later and maybe get some pictures, and I'll show them for next week when I'm going to have cleaned and pressed by AMP Comic Cleaner. You can also, if you want to get your books cleaned and pressed by Aaron, does a great job. He does some light work and stuff like that lightens up the pages, things you can do that will still get you the universal label. You can check him out here at Instagram. That's how you can contact him, message him, let him know we can meet him somewhere or somehow to get your books to him. So I'm going to try to take books to the Dawn of the Collector show tomorrow. And if he's not going to be there, if I miss him, I'm going to try to go to the Knights Hall show in Livonia on Sunday. So one way or other, I'm going to get hold of him and drop those books off. I'm going to get, 6 or 7. I have several. I have a lot of books I could drop off. I've been digging through them here, actually looking for stuff for this, so I can get them graded. I have to figure out where I'm going to send them right now. I'm up in the air about who I want to send books to. I have a lot of CGC graded books that I sent in and had graded. And I've got a bunch of CBCS books that I had signed at shows. So I always have them witnessed at the shows by Lockwood's Loot, which is a facilitator for CBCS. His company is. He has a couple of guys that will witness your signings. But I took these books that I got back here, I took them right to Fantasticon and dropped them off with Cody. That saved me the trouble of filling out all the forms, getting everything looked up, all the information, and I didn't have to mail them in. And then there is Motor City Comic Con that's coming up in May, next month, about 5 weeks. May 17th through the 19th. So don't forget that. I will be going there. I'm hoping to try to get together and grab maybe some kind of a big book, good Grail, or really early ASM. So, with that said, I'm going to show these books. But first, I think we should do the dad jokes. So, I got these cards that I got for Christmas from my wife. Totally embarrassing dad jokes. And it came with actually 2 little decks of cards. So, I shuffled them up, set them over here, and I'm just pulling the card off the top of the deck. Read them cold. I don't know what they are, but here we go. What do you get if you cross a computer with a Rottweiler? A computer with a lot of bites. Okay. Where do cats get their information from? The Morning News. What's the Pope's favorite cheese? Swiss. It's holy. So, those are the dad jokes. Don't blame me. I don't write them. So anyway, with that being done, If you guys know any dad jokes, put them in the comments below. I'm going to show these books I got. Before I do that, if you like this kind of content, despite the dad jokes, I appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I think I'm at 213 subscribers right now. I really appreciate everybody that's subscribing. I really appreciate everybody that watches. That being said, let's check out these books. So, first thing I got here, my favorites. Amazing Spider-Man, what is this? Number 47. Which is Johnny Romita Jr. art, JR art. I've got a few books signed by him. I've always liked his art. I know there's been some talk lately that it's maybe gone a little downhill. And maybe he's just busy. But anyway, then I have this Carnage, number 6. Which is got Carnage going after Venom. Going after Venom. Okay, and then this is Edge of Spider-Verse 3. Put it in here with the Star Spider. Okay, and it looks like the Spider-Man stuff. Here is Fantastic Four, number 19, The Perfect Storm. Kind of a noir-looking picture of Sue, I think. Sue Richards, Sue Storm. The calm before the storm. So that's Fantastic Four. Incredible Hulk, number 11. See, looks like the hippie Hulk still with the long hair. Invincible Iron Man, number 17. Not sure what's happening in there. Didn't really get a good look at it. Ms. Marvel, Mutant Menace, number 2. Looks like she's hooking up with Mojo there or something, I'm not sure. I kept keeping up with Ms. Marvel, but I have been getting her books. This is Resurrection of Magneto, number 4, which is still part of the Fall of the House of X storyline. So, everybody's reading that. Oh, well, I do have another. Symbiote Spider-Man, 2099, number 2. And then I have this Wolverine number 47, which is the 50th year anniversary of Wolverine. I think it came out in 74, right? Which actually has X-23, it looks like, fighting a female version of Sabretooth. Or actually with this, X-Men 97, which is a Wolverine. And this is number 2, Wolverine Sabretooth battle cover. And then actually I went over to the Marvel rack to look around, and I didn't really get anything else except I did pick up this What If Aliens number 2. Sorry, a big Alien fan. I got the first one a while back. I believe that's everything Marvel that was in my pull box, and I picked this up off to the side. So, I also had in my pull box, though, this issue of Scorched, number 28, Image comic. Of course, it's part of the Spawn universe, created by Todd McFarlane, who is one of my favorite comic artists of the modern day, especially. Okay, so now we get into the books that I picked up from the Discerning Reader rack. Actually, this book I picked up is called When the Blood Has Dried, number 1. Then I picked up, which this was the current book, Night People, number 2, which has a mosquito and a coffin. So I was kind of thinking it might be a vampire book, which I kind of like vampire books. Then I saw this was actually number 1. Night People number 1 was still sitting there. So I grabbed that too. So I got the first 2 issues of Night People, which is an Oni Press book. And then I got this copy of Dark Horse's Monsters Are My Business number 1, which I thought just kind of looked like kind of a cool cover. Then I realized it's got tentacles on it. Tentacle cover. I know people collect tentacle covers. I have a few. I kind of like the tentacle covers. And then I also got this issue of The Cabinet, number 3, which is another Image book. All the Image books are on the discerning reader rack. But I have all the Scorched, King Spawn, Savage Dragon. I think that's pretty much it for the Image books I still have put in my pull box. But anyway, so that's everything that I had in my pull box and other stuff that I picked up from New Comic Book Day, April 10th. So, and also, I did show last week that Danny had put on Instagram that they had these new boxes in. There was the Deadpool boxes, and I think they were Spider-Gwen boxes. There's a post right there that you put up. So I grabbed this Deadpool box. I've got 2 or 3 boxes of Deadpool comics. I have a box, a graphic box with Deadpool. So now I have 2. So I'm going to find my other short box of Deadpool, switch it over to this. So let me get reset up here so that I can show these books.
1 hour later.
Got my box here from CBCS, which, as I said, I submitted at Fantasticon in Toledo about a month ago, and it just came back yesterday. So I wasn't even sure if I was going till I actually got a free ticket that I had at my LCS. So I took these to Fantasticon because I knew Lockwood's Loot was going to be there. Cody Lockwood and his wife, Audrey Olivia. She's an artist. You'll usually find her in Artist Rose at a lot of the local shows, especially if you know Cody's there. She's usually there. And I dropped these books off with him. So it's my first CBCS submission for Universal Labels. It did go in my own account, but I have just never mailed anything into them. I've had a lot of books come back that I've had signed from CBCS, like my Secret Wars 8 up there, which was actually a 9.2 CGC. I had Shooter sign it. I had it cleaned and pressed and then re-slabbed at CBCS because that's who was there to witness. And it came back at 9.6, so I was really happy with that. Even though I know people are saying CGC, you get a better return on your investment for it, but I'm not really planning on selling these books, especially my Spider-Man or Wolverine stuff, anytime soon. So I'm going to pop this box open. We'll see what's inside of it, and I'll run my mouth a little more after that. Get my box up here where I can reach it. Okay, so now I have this book up here. I set it up there just to focus in on, make sure I didn't have a bunch of glare. But it's actually, but for my first submission to CGC, I sent in 12 books. I thought they were all 9.8 candidates, and 7 of them came back 9.8s. No pressing, no cleaning. I sent them in the way they were. This one came back a 7.5, which I was very surprised by. So I was looking at it, and I mean, you can't really see it. Let me get a better picture of it. There's a crunch in that corner that I'm pretty sure wasn't there because I thought they were all 9/8 candidates. But I didn't take any pictures. Like I said, it was my first submission. I didn't know anything at all at the time. I think I have another one. I'm sure I have another one. And I thought I sent in the best one. So I've never really found the other one and looked at it that well. Because I haven't found it at all. Because I have all these books. These all have the first, like, appearance. I think it's a short preview of Spider-Man 2099. Very first images of Spider-Man 29 in a comic. So, anyway, that's why I put this up. Because I know people are having a lot of problems with CGC, with the freeholder gate scams, and I think there are people that were actually worked there were just switching out books or putting in fake labels. I'm not sure how that all went. Now they're doing the whole 9/9s. They're working on getting the 9/9 pre-screen, which I think is just ridiculous. Why would you send in books that you think are going to get a 9/9? I don't know. I don't. 9/8s are fine with me. I'd love to have a 9/9, but nowadays the way they're working it, I saw how he graded that big box of books on the CGC video. That looked like to me like grading by comparison. If you sent those books and they got 9/9s individually, would they get 9/9s again? I don't really know. I don't really think so. So anyway, I sent these books to CBCS. All right. Let's see what we have here. Put this up on the floor. Get this big box of books out of here. This little kind of literature or advertising. The invoice must be in here. So, we'll knock that off of there yet. I don't know, what does anybody think? Answer me in the comments below. Do you think CBCS is going to catch up to CGC? Someday there'll be a comparable price point. I don't really see why there should be any difference. CGC, I mean, if you can accept that their grading's the same. All right, I think I have it now. All right, so I have no idea what the grades are. I haven't looked. I got the notice they were coming back just through FedEx. I got notices saying they were going through the process, which I kind of liked. But the first one I have here is X-Men Adventures, #1. So I think it is maybe 6 books. Yeah, I just figured I'd take this in and get it graded. It was in pretty good shape. I know it's, become worth some money, depending on the grade. So we'll see what we have. 9/0. All right. Well, you can still see some big spine ticks. Not really tick. There's a big bend there. So as far as cleaning and pressing, actually, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had Aaron clean these. It's kind of wavy looking at the top. So I'm not sure. Maybe it reverted some, but it's got, I guess, a nice new label on it. It's a 9/0, not the worst. All right, and then I have this one. These are nice bags. Which is, you can see them from the back now. Okay, so this is Spider-Man, Marvel Mangaverse, Spider-Man #1, which I believe they said he had shown up. I haven't seen the second Spider-Verse movie. But I believe they said he showed up in there and it made this book get a little attention. But I just figured I want to get it sent in and get it encapsulated. I probably won't read it again. And I'm trying to collect pretty much like all things Spider-Man, new Spider-Man stuff. So this one is another 9.0. So, not too bad. I mean, I thought they might be better than that. It looks really nice. Put that over here. Put up this Spider-Man Mangaverse. I really have no idea what those are worth. And this one then is also another kind of an offbeat Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man India. Spider-Man India #1, CBCS Blue Label, and it came back as a 9.4, so that's a little better. Quick look. And I still see some spine ticks. A little bit of waviness in the cover. But yeah, a little bit of a spine roll in the back. But it's 9.4, not bad. So now I sent in, actually these are two of the same book that I've had for a while. I should have sent in a long time ago. We'll move these over here out of the way. All right, so this one is Wolverine #1. This is the direct edition. Very first Wolverine in its ongoing solo series. CBCS Blue Slab, and it is a 9.2. I've had these books a long time. A little bit of a spine bend. You know, I'd say I bought these books before CGC was even a thing. They do have the cool Wolverine, kind of a negative space picture on the back. So there's Wolverine #1, direct edition. Because in here I have Wolverine #1 in the newsstand edition. Same thing, CBCS Blue Label 8.5. Now it does have more ticks on the spine. They're not really color, maybe a couple are slightly color breaking. But Wolverine 1, and what I did here was that they do denote the newsstand edition on here. They did do that, so there's Wolverine #1, newsstand in 8.5, and then direct edition in a 9.2. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't expect them to be 9.8s. I expected them to be in the 9s, I thought. This one's an 8.5. So here's the book I actually really been wanting to send in. I bought this from Bryce Comics on a Whatnot auction, and it was graded in a 9.0 CGC. Right there. So I cracked it out of the slab. I had Aaron, Amps Comics Cleaner, clean and press it. It is Amazing Spider-Man 300. It looks nice there. Sent it into CBCS with the blue label, and it came back a 9.0. So basically it came back the same grade that I sent it in as, which is fine. I was hoping to get a grade bump. It actually looks like it's got a couple of spine ticks. I don't know, I didn't think those were in there. I know it did have some finger bends on the back here. They were pressed out, and they do look a lot better. So there's a few spine ticks on the back here. So hoping it would get a little better grade, but it's a 9.0 in a CBCS, so I don't know. Maybe I lost a little money on that because it was I think I paid $395 for it in a 9.0. But anyway, so I do have it now. Graded NCBCS. I guess I could have just kept it in the other slab after all that trouble, but I would have thought it would come up a little better, and it did not. But that's why I put all these books up back here. All right, first up there I have Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8, which is the first appearance of the black costume in a CGC Universal 9.4. And then next is the Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8, signed by Jim Shooter in a CBCS 9.6, which I cracked out of a CGC 9.2 slab. So that was a good upgrade. And then this is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 30, an homage to ASM 300. And then this is ASM 301 in an 8.0 with the custom label, which is the original homage to Spider-Man 300. And then this is Venom 25, which I'm not sure. It's a 9.6. I bought it. I have 2 of them. I think I bought both of them on Whatnot auctions. I'm going to try to crack both of those out and see if I can get them upgraded to a 9.8. And then this is my Spider-Man 375 CGC Signature Series 9.8, signed by Randy Emberlin, Mark Bagley, and Terry Kavanaugh. And then I have the CGC Universal label, 9.8, with the custom label. And that's my Spider-Man stuff up on the wall. Here I have Alpha Flight 13, the John Byrne cover, created in the CGC 9.8. It's just got an awesome Wolverine cover. I think it's from '84. And then this is the first issue of the Wolverine miniseries. It's Wolverine's first solo series in a 9.4, the custom label. And then there's number 2 in a 9.0 with the custom label. And if you realize that cover is the custom label. And then I have number 3 in a 9.4 with the custom label, and number 4 in the 9.4 with the custom label. And then if you look, this is actually the collected edition of the miniseries that I have raw, which I believe it says this is the first printing from '87. And then I have this. It's a 9.0, the collected miniseries, and it's signed by Chris Claremont. So I know CGC now has the whole crew that did this series coming up signing. So I may send this other one in and have them all sign it. Then I won't be able to read it, but I could crack the other out. Anyway, and then also we have Wolverine number 50, which is just a cool cover. And then I have this Dakin Dark Wolverine number 1 in a 9.8 CGC, which is the homage to the original Wolverine number 1. So that's what's on the wall. Set that there. So those are the 3 big books I got back, plus there's this. And the Spider-Man India, the original label that I had cracked out. I guess I could have just left it in that label. You never know what you're going to get for sure. I thought it was worth trying for the upgrade. Still looks beautiful. I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon, so I'll let you know when I get my whole Spider-Man collection finished. But until that time, I appreciate if you'd keep coming back here to my comics closet, where we bring comics and comic collecting right out of the closet. So thank you.